Hi guys, today we're going to show you this installation we're doing on this 2020 Georgetown Forest River motorhome. It's a 36-foot motorhome. It's a 2020. The customer had an existing original light strip under the awning. It's a 19-foot awning, and he wanted us to fill the entire area. So normally we would have recommended just a 16-foot awning strip and center it, but he wanted the full 19 feet. So what we did was, you can see the seam right there. We butted two LED strips, one 16-footer and then one 3-footer, against the side of the rig, and this power lead here, where I'm pointing to now, goes up over the top and then runs all the way forward on top of the awning there. There's just a little bit of a gutter, not the rain gutter, but a gutter that we use butyl tape to seal that all the way up. So it runs all the way up to the front of the rig, and we drilled in. I'm not sure you can see it. You won't be able to see it here, but we drilled in right there, and there's two power leads that go into that hole. One for the short 3-foot strip on the end, and then one for the 16-foot. They both go through there. In addition, because this customer already had an existing awning light, it was a single color white, we of course took that strip off, but we capped the ground wire and we extended the 12-volt red cable going to the old awning light, and we put it through that hole too. So we got 3 wires going through that hole, one for our 16-foot strip, one for the 3-foot strip on the end, and then the existing hot segment for the awning light that came with the rig that goes to the OEM switch. And those 3 cables go inside the rig, which we're going to do now. And I mention this because the way we've configured this is we made it such that if they want to use the existing awning light, they can do so. It comes on white, and it's coming on white because we wired the red, green, and blue on the existing awning light, or on the new awning light we put in, to the switch. But it also works with this remote. So if I go out here, turn it on, it does all the colors and everything else as well. We get a lot of requests for this kind of configuration. It's a little bit more complicated than a standard installation, so I'm going to try to do my best to explain what we did here. Yeah, I know it's kind of a rat's nest of wires, but bear with me. We also have documentation on how we did this. But this particular rig, this is a bed. This is a bed that drops down, so we had to drop that down, and there's a panel behind here, and you can see the panel comes off. We pulled that off, and this exposes the system for the bed that moves up and down. In that circuit, or in that right here, we removed this wiring harness, and you can see we've got a red and a black cable. We of course tested this with a voltmeter, but that's an always-on 12-volt. The red's the always-on 12-volt positive, and then of course the black is the ground. So what we did is we brought through our cables here from the outside. You got the 2 black cables, which each of them have 4 red, green, blue, and a black ground inside of them. So you got one of them's for the 16-foot version strip we have out there on the side of the rig, and the other is 3-foot. And then this red cable here is the trigger wire that came from this system that was already in existence. Was OEM when it came from the factory. So this is 12-volt hot switched when that light right there is on. These are our 2 power leads coming from the existing, or coming from our new LED strips that we added. And then here we have, in this rat's nest, 3 single pull double throw relays. I'm not going to go into all the detail. We have documentation on how to do this, but real quickly, we tapped in to the 12-volt power here on the bed system, the bed up and down, So this is our 12 volt, always hot, and it's capable of handling 20 amps. This is our ground. And we wired that, of course, to our controller. You can see our controller here, and it's on. And then we added 3 relays. Each of them are they're automotive relays. We offer them for sale online on our website, but you can buy them pretty much anywhere. But you'll notice that the red always on goes to the red on the relays. The red switched wire coming from the switch there goes to the white wires here on the relays. The yellow wires are tapped or capped off, and we seal them. We don't use those at all, but you do have to cap them. The black wire, of course, is ground. That leaves these 3 blue wires, 1, 2, and 3. And I don't have those going together. I have them individually connected to the RGB wires that go to our strips. So in this scenario, when that switch is turned on over there, it sends all 3 relays click over, and it sends 12 volt power to the red, to the green, and to the blue power leads that go to our 2 LED strips mounted on the side of the RV. So, in fact, when you press that button, you can hear these relays click. So they'll click, and it connects them. Equal amounts red, green, and blue on an RGB strip will give you solid white, bright white. So I'll go ahead and do it here just for fun. I don't know if you could hear that, but the switch is turned on. Now they're off. So the customer can press that button there and get instant red, white, or get instant white, bright white on the awning strip like he always did, like the original OEM. In fact, it's better because there's more LEDs and it's brighter. If, however, he also wants to do color, he can do that too. He can use the remote. I don't know if you can see some of that flashing from here, but he can use the remote to turn on and off those strips outside to get all the colors and everything else. He can do the same thing. He can use his Bluetooth. The only thing he can't do is that if this awning light here is on, it overrides using this. So if the awning light is on, it's going to be white and only white. You have to turn the awning light off. You have to turn that switch off before you can use this to get all the colors. It takes a little bit more room to fit these guys inside, the RV. In this case, we got, tons of room over here to put all this stuff. So it takes a little bit more room to put these in there, but it's an easy way to use an existing OEM switch to allow you to get white by using the existing wiring in your RV and awning light, but then also having the best of both worlds by using the Boogey Lights LED controller and the RF remote and the Bluetooth smartphone application. We're going to have a little bit of a write-up on this on our website as well, so along with a wiring diagram. But I wanted to take this opportunity to walk you through the process. I know some people prefer to see it on video versus looking at the documentation. I hope this is helpful. Thanks for watching.